Right, hello. So hopefully some people see this. I won't start streaming till a few people are on because this is an FMV game. And I've been to the place filmed. Right goes Jesus. So this is like one of those weird FMV games, but what makes this interesting is it was filmed in Calvin Hatch. I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit because it's a bit loud in my headphones. Hopefully I can turn it up during the game if it's a bit too quiet. Right, Dan. So this was all filmed in Calvin Hatch, which is was the British government's main nuclear bunker during the Cold War, where all the rich, important, famous people went to avoid the nukes, when everybody else died. And I've actually been to the site, gone around it, did a YouTube video on it. But I thought I'd play a game that, is set in it, that I've had for a while. I think I actually played the game before I actually physically went to Calvin Hatch. But what I can do is, while I'm playing this, I can say to people, this is this location in the bunker, this is what it was actually used for, sort of thing. Right goes Jesus. If you can't watch this, you might be interested in watching it back, just because this is one of the sort of game streams where it's actually quite interesting based on the sort of Cold War history. Anyway, I'll start the game now. I'll just do a new game, because resume game I completed it before, so I'm assuming it'll just take you back to last choice in the game. But
From 100 over 70 to 70 over 58.
So keep pushing. I can see the head. Last push. It's a boy. Well done.
So let's click breathe. I'll try and talk when there's not obviously dialogue going on. But when we're actually in the playable bit of the game, I'll explain everything you see in terms of real life location they filmed this at.
You can't leave me alone, Mum.
Still be here. I'll always be here. And you forgot to say it again.
Put the cursor over the side of the screen so it's not in the way.
I'll always be here.
Stay in our rooms, I'll be safe. As long as I don't go outside, I'll be safe.
That's it. Good boy. What time is it?
Reading time, Mum.
Yes.
Right, so shall we read the Bible or Treasure Island? Unless that thing there is also a choice. I think it's just these two, isn't it? Yeah, Bible or Treasure Island. Right, both people have said Treasure Island, so let's do that.
He was consumed by the time behind another trunk. I mean, let him watch it. Mum.
I love you, Joe. I'll be here. I'll keep you safe, I promise.
No. 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 Please. Please.
Right, just to let you know, I think she does die either way. Oh, she definitely dies either way, but I think if you read Treasure Island, she dies slightly quicker than if you read the Bible, but she'll die regardless. Right, I might turn the brightness down a bit because that looks too bright to read properly. Because I can't read where it says medical on the left properly, vitamins, dosimeter, whatever the next bit is. Radio, okay, right, let's turn the brightness down. If it lets me, settings, brightness, let's put that to like, what, about there, and hopefully that way you can read the really bright stuff.
My vitamin B level is low. I need to take my vitamins first.
Oh, he has to take his vitamins before he can use the radio. Oh no. Click on the cupboard. Let me turn the brightness down a bit more. I think it's still a bit high to see the cursor probably. Oh, it's gone up. Oh, because I didn't press the right key, did I? There we go. Right. There we go. Yeah, I can see that now. Right, now, before I click on this,
level with the dosimeter.
with the dosimeter, that's not actually a British dosimeter, that's a Soviet one. Or like, you know, any of the Warsaw Pact ones, it's a DKP-50. So when we use this isn't the one he'd actually use, technically. You know, just to randomly point it out, but, you know, because I've got a load of these sort of things, it's not actually the British one, it's a Polish one. It's probably a Polish one he uses, if it shows a reading. Let's see.
Radiation is just over 70 mR. That's acceptable.
Wow, actually that's a completely different reading from the thing, because if it's milliröntgen, those don't read milliröntgen, they read plain Röntgens on those. But yeah, so that's one of the things I noticed. It's not the British style decimeter pen, it's the Soviet one. That's just a prop anyway. It's not a big thing, but it's still one of those things I just sort of noticed when replaying this after having loaded the stuff that's sort of in the game. Right, radio. Press that. No, he's not a spy, Philip. That's not a plot twist. It's just like one of those random things where the main thing that annoys me in this is the gas masks don't have filters on when you see them later in the game. Alright, radiation check.
Bunker radiation is normal. Good. I need to choose dinner.
Compared to a lot of things, I'd say not really. Right, which crate shall we choose? The left crate, the middle crate, or the right crate? I don't know if it makes much difference, because they're all like, you know, baked bean style MREs. You've got your old chemical toilet there on the left, like they put in the ROC bunkers. Right, Dan says middle. What do you say, Philip? Right, both of you say middle, so let's choose the middle crate.
Peas and carrots, I suppose. So that makes 27 years, 3 months and 14 days of food left.
Oh no, look, she's a rotten corpse. Oh no. Drunk Ukrainian, it's about a guy that was born in a bunker and hasn't seen the outside world during the Cold War, if like the nukes flew. But the reason I find it really interesting, it's all completely filmed in an actual UK nuclear bunker.
Drawing I did for Mum.
That's a shit drawing. No wonder she's dead.
She liked it when I read to her.
Should we read Treasure Island again? Because she didn't really listen to it last time she died.
We had a dreary morning's work before us. There were no sign of any wind, and the boats had gone out, unmanned, and the ship wrapped 3 or 4 miles around the corner of the island and up around the narrow passages to the haven behind Skeleton Island. I volunteered for one of the boats.
Maybe he just likes her like that, Dan. Maybe he's a bit of a Norman Bates. You know, maybe he likes seeing his mum as a sort of rotting, putrid skeleton. Maybe that's what gets him off. You know, I don't know. Right. Next day.
Radiation is nearly ATMR. It's increasing.
But to be honest, mate, if you've not recharged that in years since you've been in the bunker, of course it will drift. Like, most of these only last like a couple of weeks before they go completely to the maximum because, you know, designed for use in 1 or 2 days, not over a long period of time. Yep, Protectors 5. Sadly, you can't read that, I don't think. Otherwise, you could read your mum and say, when your mum dies, you know, just dump her in your back garden. Don't even get to choose this time.
3 months and 13 days left.
We had a dreary morning's work before us. There were no sign of any wind, and the boats had gone out, unmanned, and the ship wrapped 3 or 4 miles around the corner of the island and up around the narrow passages to the haven behind Skeleton Island. I volunteered for one of the boats. Roll out loud.
Radiation is over 80 MR.
I reckon just then you could actually see the original thing they tried to grey out. I have to actually have a look at that when I play back the stream and pause it at the right moment. But I reckon you could probably see the original like Rontgen reading where they'd like greyed it out. Yeah, I watched the Jubilee stuff when I got back from walking the dogs. We had a fly past, unlike the Russians, who can't have a fly past.
If I find the manual, I can fix this.
Right, so we've got our first thing that's gone wrong. The bunker is leaking radiation or whatever. They had loads and loads of generators with like fuel in these bunkers, Tony. As in, like, if you go to the real one where this is filmed, in the basement they'd have had like, you know, thousands of litres of fuel in jerry cans. Yeah, it's a shame that the Vulcans don't fly anymore.
What do I do, Mother? My old diary.
Today it is my birthday, and I have had extra.
Right, let me just turn the brightness down a bit more because it's still too bright. I can't read it properly. Let's do it to about there and see what that's like.
Peaches, my favourite. And there was a candle. Mum gave me this book and some pens. Look, here are the colours. Vera sang me a ring of roses. She said she was crying because she is happy. It's my birthday. And then she and PJ and Louie and Mum sang me happy birthday, but not too loud. I blew out the candle. This book is going to be my book about my friends. Today I will start a new friend. He will look like this. He will be a soldier because I have a general, but I need a bigger army. I've got a block from the map room, but I had to hide. Mr. Bishop was there. He nearly saw me. He was shouting. He says I am a waste. I think he is a waste. I will make the soldier, and Mr. Churchill and Joan of Arc will tell him to fight Mr. Bishop. We had ham today. It is sort of pink and sticky. It is better than sardines, which are the worst. Mum has made my knife sharper so I can finish off doing my soldier. She says Rocky was the best at winning fights, so that's his name. I finished Rocky's...
Yeah, I'll still put the brightness down a little bit more. The little wood figurines, by the way, are collectibles in the game, but I don't think I've ever found all of them doing a playthrough.
But here are all my friends.
Not compared, Tony, to Calvert and Hatch. Calvert and Hatch is the size of like quite a few houses buried underground with lots of shock absorbers. It was, you know, back when Britain made good stuff, but again, it was because it was for the elites, not the regular people.
I don't need new underwear right now. The manual.
Right, I'll read this out loud. In the event of severe failure, make announcement that mains power is being shut down for maintenance. Find fuse box located in storage room level 2 and identify damaged fuses. Locate replacement fuses. Shut off mains power, wait 10 seconds. Replace damaged fuses. Switch mains power back on. Perform the systems check.
Find the fuse box level 2. Find the fuse box level 2.
Alright, happy birthday, Joshua. Like I said, I've never actually found all the collectibles on one playthrough. They're just in like random rooms, sort of hidden in the scenery. Right, okay, so something interesting, which I'll point out during this, is that bits of the bunker in this aren't on the same floors as they are in the real bunker. So, where we're meant to be on like the closest floor to the actual ground, in the real Calvert and Hatch, the rooms, like the private rooms that were like for the Prime Minister, you know, like generals, things like that, they're on like the middle floor of the bunker, but they're not actually on the top floor. So where he is now isn't actually level 01, it would be level 02. I think, anyway. But yes, Gabba. Yeah, basically he was born in a bunker, and he's the last person alive in it, and like now the machines are starting to fail for like the radiation levels. But the reason this is a really interesting FMV game is because it's filmed in what used to be Britain's top like nuclear bunker for like, you know, the Prime Minister, like the Queen, people like that. And I've been there because it's decommissioned now, and they obviously have probably newer ones that are not revealed where they are for like the top tier people, because, you know, like regular people like us, we just die in a nuclear holocaust, but those people, you know, had bunker spaces allocated to them. So they filmed all this in like, you know, the decommissioned government nuclear bunker from like the 50s to the 1990s. Are you quite close to Essex then, Dan?
My old drawings.
Again, that's a shit drawing. You should be better at drawing.
Key. Now I have to leave.
What a great username, but thanks, Mike, anyway. Didn't even see the comment till you blocked it. Anything else in here? That's the bottom drawer. No, I don't think there's anything in there.
Help me.
Your mum's dead, mate. She ain't gonna help you. There's your shitty flower drawing.
Mother, I need you.
Yeah, big creepy mate. Can't turn the light on.
She liked it when I read to her.
Let's go to the corridor then. Yeah, exactly, Ghost Jesus. The people that fuck everything up are the ones that won't die during all the events that happen.
And I've taken the spoil supplies off
And spit it out.
14 months at best. If we carry on as we are, 8 months. But I've gone over it with Dr. Hart, and bare minimum we might make 14.
And bare minimum means.
I didn't like to press him, but scurvy, rickets.
Christ. Then we all just withered away to skin and bone. Maybe I should have just left the hatch open and gone for a nice stroll in the fresh air instead.
What do we do?
We tell people everything's alright.
It's not alright.
One whiff of this and you'll have your throat slit over the last tin of peaches. Is that the way you want to die, Sam? Fighting over scraps? We could just cut your wrist now and the rest of us will split your rations. Chin up, man. It's 10 minutes until the next bulletin. Fighting over scraps. Split your rations. Is that the way you want to die, Sam?
Right, so just to point this out, with the actual real bunker in Calvert Hatch, both the actual entrances when the bunker was made are on level 3, as in the bottom level. Because how it works was the main really long entrance blast tunnel goes to entrance 3, and then the vent room, which has like a really long kind of just like staircase kind of room, is also level 3 going up to the ground. But what they had to do when they opened it as a museum was make an actual extra like fire escape because of health and safety, where they had to drill through like several feet of concrete and, you know, several meters of earth just to make a fire escape tunnel because of health and safety. So on the top floor of the bunker now, it has a stupid like fire escape, which is the exit, because health and safety demanded it to have it as an actual museum. Yeah, it's the bit in the cafe, yeah, Dan. When you go down the corridor from the cafe to the way out, where you go through like a big plastic tunnel after the concrete. That bit, yeah. Right, so this is actually on level 2 in the bunker, if I remember right. This is like the main server room, sort of communications room. And those are teletypes, or whatever they used to call them. Like the really old way they could send messages through the very primitive version of the internet before, like, you know, the internet actually existed for normal people.
Dan, this is Alex. Please send this out to the Berkshire stations and let me know. Thanks. Hello. This is Alexander Swan. I'm trying to contact my brother Jonathan Swan. When the 4-minute warning came, I was on the phone to him. He said he'd got a place in one of the Berkshire bunkers, but I don't know which one. If he's with you, and his wife's name is Sarah. John, if you're there, or if anyone has any news on it, please let me know.
Yeah, basically, Gabba, she was just a member of either the government or the civil service or a doctor or whatever it was that was, but she was pregnant when the actual, like, nukes fell. So he was born in the bunker, essentially. Commodore! So yes, he's meant to be the thing. So Oxford be Oxford, that would be my one. Although I don't think we actually have an Oxford regional government other than the one that's under that school that's now privately owned and they don't let anybody in, but it's a pretty shit one. So regional government is, I don't know what the F means, but because it's normally headquarters, but so regional government, goodbyes, generator fuel very low. I mean, I don't know why the generator fuel being low would mean everybody dies in a bunker, because you've always got the manual sort of systems to vent the air. So Berkshire, rad breach, yeah, if radiation gets in you're pretty dead. Another Oxen one, request for aid, air system failure.
Communication from Bunker HQ, Site 3, Corsham, Wiltshire. Prime Minister delivered safely before blast hits. 4,013 government ministers and civil servants, including Cabinet Office, local and national government agencies, intelligence and security advisors logged in. Shortage noted in domestic support staff. Guess they didn't make it. All facilities operating normally. Checks carried out in infirmary, bakery, laundry, kitchens, telephone exchange, storerooms, office space, living accommodation, maintenance areas and workshops. How big is that place? Trust me, it gets under this sardine tin. Prime Minister unsatisfied with living accommodation. Twat. Other. Civilian casualties noted outside bunker. Group of 50 attempted to breach rear exit blast door. Aggressive action not required. Activity ceased after blast. Poor bastards.
Alright, Nick. What high-pitched noise, Nick? I can't hear it, unless you just mean like part of the synth music. But yeah, what Ghost Jesus was joking about was basically saying if the government people sort of abandon you in a nuclear holocaust, make sure they can't breathe in their bunkers by bunging up their air intakes. I think was his joke. Right, I'll just do all the doors, but if I remember right, this is actually where the real bedrooms are. Those two doors on the right there. Those are the ones where the actual bedrooms would have been when he was on the first floor. But like in the real bunker, they're on this middle floor for like the Prime Minister, you know, like top generals, those sort of people, the private rooms.
With the greatest respect, sir, we've been up all night. It's been 10 minutes since I had to cover Vera's face.
But is it radiation?
I don't know yet. The nearest proper lab is under 10 tons of radioactive rubble, and I have to make do with a microscope.
It's all right, George. We'll run some tests, Mr. Bishop.
Is anyone else showing signs?
Yes, 6 others.
Quarantine them right away.
Mom? It's all right, Karina. What's the matter?
I can't sleep.
It's all right. You know, if you stay in your room, you'll be safe. You better take it.
I don't like it here. An empty locker.
Right, so the medical bay on the top right and the bunk beds on the top middle, they're actually on the real top floor of the bunker, instead of like private rooms. And that bathroom he was in, they're on the top floor. 200 to 600, Philip, depending on how many rations they had stocked. But the bunker technically had room for 600 people. But the, you know, it wasn't really meant to accommodate that many. Basically what they did is they had loads and loads of beds that could be propped up in random places around the bunker. And then, you know, it was like based on the food rations and everything else that were in like storage rooms. But in terms of like permanent bunk beds and everything, I think it was about 200 people. Ah, you'll see why later in the game, Lucas. How do I turn these off? Is that bad? All of it, Dan. Basically, like I was saying, they had loads and loads of spare bunk beds in storage, or like, you know, camping beds. And the idea was like every single room would have bunk beds put into it. Like, you know, the big entrance tunnel, all the other rooms would just have bunk beds put in them. But like I said, in reality, it was probably about 200 people they could comfortably, you know, give food to and water to for a certain amount of time. But in theory, it was meant to extend up to 600. I guess with a short warning of nuclear war, most of those people wouldn't get there anyway. Yeah, or Fallout, Philip.
I don't like it here, Commissioner.
There's a little, one of those things. Which one have we just been? Oh, Runtgens, okay. Let's see if this is correct. I don't know what Skive is, whatever it says, but... yeah, 75 to 150, correct. Some nausea dogs get early radiation sickness symptoms there. 150 to 250, nausea and vomiting within 24 hours, some incapacitation after 2 days, some mortality, correct. 250 to 350, so that nauseation and vomiting in under 4 hours, symptoms for a period of 2 days, 2 weeks, some mortality into 4 weeks. Yep, 350 to 600 Röntgen, lethal dose 50, that means like 50% of people exposed to that will die. Nausea and vomiting in under 2 hours, that's an and then rather than 9, isn't it? Heavy mortality in 2 to 4 weeks, incapacitation prolonged for survivors, over 600, nausea and vomiting immediately, mortality in 1 week. I've mostly seen that chalked to 500, not 600, but that thing's pretty accurate if you just adjust it down to 500 on a bit lower margins.
AB welcomes. CB asks clarification purpose of meeting. AB puts forward petition from 18 residents keen to institute post of morale officer. It is felt that CB is not forthcoming enough in communicating current status of bunker to residents. CB makes point that any urgent change in status will be communicated very clearly to all residents when it becomes relevant. In his view, no need for a new position. AB cites 2 safety incidents and asks committee if they were aware. All but FH, DM, SC are unaware of said incidents. CB says neither incident is cause for immediate concern, no need to raise panic in difficult atmosphere. Calls on FH to clarify incidents. FH agrees not of immediate concern. AB raises point that lack of trust in bunker hierarchy is causing morale issues. More clarity and openness needed. CB reiterates appointed hierarchy and his belief that no need for additional officer. If any critical incident comes to light, all will be made aware. Requests end to meeting as urgent business to attend to. AB calls for vote on appointment of morale officer. CB says vote will be ignored. Not a democracy. Meeting ended.
Yeah, exactly, Dan and Ghost Jesus. The people that built these bunkers for the government and top military guys are not your standard civilians, you know. They don't give a shit about you or me. Hence why the British government never built bunkers for the regular people. It was all just for the top people.
I just need to know. It's alright, Vera. Nonsense! I know George is trying to hide things from me. I'm illegally and I'm not stupid. I'm right, aren't I?
I don't know what to say. I suppose he's just not sure.
Radiation! Then why is he trying to hide it? Why? Am I on the right medicine? What can be done? Why won't he say?
George is
must be. Mr. Bishop says. I know what he says. He doesn't want everyone to panic. Silly old Vera having another one of her turns. Look here. Your blood. I'm not being silly. I'm not. It's not just me, Glenn. If there's a leak, it's all of us.
The real bunker wasn't built in 6 weeks. It's actually really well built, but yeah. Oh look, we've got more spam bots on. Let me get rid of them. Ah, you got rid of them. Yeah. Cheers, Dan.
Well, let's say, for example, the hit on Reading was 1 megaton. That would mean we have this radius, only halfway to Basingstoke. Now maybe that looks small, but that's around 100,000 fatalities, maybe 80,000 injuries from the blast and the fireball. That's just to start with. Prevailing wind direction here is northeast. Fallout scatter would be huge. It's likely to drift all the way out past Cambridge, past Norwich even, out to sea. The total number of casualties? Unimaginable. And that's one bomb.
Actual Calvert and Hatch is probably a couple of years. All I know is, like, you know, they seized the farmland from the people that own the farm where they built it on. But considering the size of it and how well built it actually is, you know, as in when they've needed to renovate the museum, they found like how well, you know, done some bits of it are. It would probably have taken years, I imagine. Yeah, but I actually reckon a lot of them would just be spiteful enough to assign a couple of bombs to random neutral countries just because. It wouldn't be as bad as if you're actually in, you know, a nuclear state, but still. Alright, Vladimir, good to see you on. I haven't heard from you in a while. Are you doing alright? Because obviously at the moment our relations with Russia aren't very good. But I hope you and your family are obviously completely okay because everything's shit at the moment, isn't it? But, you know, I'm sure you know that most of us over here have nothing against regular Russian people. You know, your government is certainly not in our good books at the moment, but regular Russians we have no issue with. But I hope you and your family are okay anyway, because, you know, like saying everything's shit. Right, let's see if we can get into these cabinets. I can't remember what you're meant to do here.
I should make the announcement. I need to make the announcement first.
There's nobody else alive. Why do you need to make the announcement, mate? Okay, let's go back.
Communication from Bunker H.
How do we do the announcement? Is there a speaker somewhere, isn't there? Is it that? The tape deck? No, it's just the one where the woman's saying about her relatives.
Please send this out.
Communication from Bunker
no,
H.
Right, which bit do we do the announcement on? Is it one of these? I can't even actually remember now. Yeah, the main thing I've seen, Vladimir, from watching some Russian channels is like just the amount of shops that are closed and things where brands are pulled out. And you know, like inflation on price. So I mean, saying that, we've got massive inflation here. And it's going to get worse because Ukraine and Russia are obviously the big wheat exporters of the world, so that's going to affect all of us, you know, around the world regardless. But yeah, I imagine a lot of it is just going to be prices on random things getting higher, brands pulling out. Oh, it's up down there. I want to have the Fictor. Maybe I missed that one before. Still can't remember how you do the announcement. I have to go to a different floor to do the announcement. Can I go down there yet? I can't actually even remember in this game where I have to go now to the announcement, you know, to say I'm shutting the power off, and I see it's right next to the power booth. Oh yeah, Vladimir, I definitely think that China's going to use this as an excuse to maybe take bits of Eastern Russia like Vladivostok, or, you know, just buy out lots of your country. From what I've heard as well, like lots of your Russian stuff's already being sold to China en masse, while like people who are selling it can still get money for it. Again, it's just really sad because none of us wanted this, but you know, again, old men ruling the world, doing stupid things, you know, sending young men to die for nothing. Yeah, so the sick bay and the storeroom are actually on this floor in the real bunker. Calvin and Hatch.
I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry.
You sure, mate? There's lots of Russians there.
Nothing in here but beans.
Use your chemical toilet.
I don't need the toilet right now.
Okay. Anything in the sick bay worth looking at? No. Let's have a quick look. I can't think of what else to do at the moment. Yeah, it's interesting, Gabba, especially if you get on sale, just because, like I said, it's all filmed in the UK government's nuclear bunker from the Cold War.
Blood.
Date 4th of July 96. Patient's name Vera Taylor. Patient reports headache from Monday AM, vomiting and diarrhea Wednesday, also cough with occasional blood. Intermittent bowel pain, increasing pain in chest, temperature fluctuating, peaks at 100.5 degrees, blood present in feces. Conclusions. Patient showing signs of radiation sickness. Plan. Sick bay stay, white blood count test, monitor. Potassium iodide 130 milligrams orally per day for 4 days. Review. Possible DTPA course. Notes taken by Evelyn Jones.
It's locked.
Right, it's probably just on the same floor I was on. I don't know if I'll actually be able to do all this in one stream, because I've not got that far into it, and it's still, there's quite a lot left. Because when you're talking about stuff like, you know, that's in the real world stuff compared to where this is filmed, it takes a lot longer. Well, I suppose if you can get that before it's sanctioned or cut off, you might as well, Vladimir. We've got a weird thing over here where lots of Russian brands have been cut, but also lots of stores are stupid and they don't actually know what's Russian and what's not, so they've just cut random brands that aren't Russian. So we've got lots of weird stuff like that going on. So yeah, I imagine it's similar over there where you've got Western products that are sanctioned and some that aren't, because nobody knows who's making the rules. Right, so was it just over here all along where I do the announcement? I can't even remember. So I'm assuming there's some sort of speaker I speak into.
I should make the announcement.
So how do we do that? I can't even remember. There's obviously like a little speaker somewhere you have to click on or whatever. Like a microphone. Is it maybe in this guy's office? The commissioner's room? Microphone. Ah yeah, is that a mic there?
Attention, the mains power is about to be switched off for maintenance purposes.
Hasn't like a lot of Russian stuff though already been banned in the US way prior to this? Like in terms of like AK parts and whatever and like Russian ammo?
Locate replacement fuse. Locate replacement fuse.
I have to get the fuses first time before I
Shut mains power off.
I assume the fuses would be in that box up there, probably not too very far away. Oh, it's got the typical video game, like door opening sound. Ah yeah, there we go.
Here's the replacement. Replace damaged fuse.
Assuming one of them looks visually damaged, so you know that's the fuse you're meant to be replacing. Oh yeah, look, it's black, therefore we know it's damaged fuse.
I can switch the power back on now.
How long have I been streaming this for? Over an hour. I'll probably stop quite soon just because I'm not going to finish this in one stream. In a 2-hour stream I could probably do it, but I don't really want to be streaming for 2 hours today. Oh yeah, I just clicked the same direction twice and I need to click back again.
What's that horrible noise?
don't know what that horrible noises make because I can't actually hear anything. Yes, the bucket.
Replace fuse, perform systems check.
Air filtration fail. I might do this bit while still on the stream, just because I can moan about having the gas mask without the filter.
I need to find an NBC suit.
Well, we won't get one in the Commissioner's office because it's already gone, but maybe there's one in the other office, I can't remember. An actual Calvin Hatch is just like a big room full of NBC suits and gas masks. But I don't think that's the case in this game, I can't remember. I have to go downstairs again. I used to buy Ghost Jesus quite a lot of Soviet surplus from Ukraine, just because there were sellers there that could guarantee you it be in a certain condition better than Russia. As in, you know, like, I got my DP2 of the Czech source from Ukraine because one of the sellers was able to, like, provide me photos of one, you know, of all the wax seals still in place. Wembley, so this is London, isn't it? Westminster.
What we don't know for certain is the contamination levels. We can calculate the likely fallout and its effects, but we don't have any good model for anthrax spore spread, or even how it's affected by radiation. Look, we do know from reports at AE3 in Oxford that anthrax was used in Wave 3. We've just got no idea of the extent of it. It's not as if we can go up and test anything. We can't even count the bodies.
Yeah, exactly, Ghost Jesus. It's not good for the army when they're meant to be getting equipment and they don't get it, but it's good for the regular person if they want to buy surplus. When it's not even surplus, it's technically brand new equipment, but still. Yeah, this is a room in the real Calvin Hatch. It's plotting the from the ROC posts, basically. They plot where the attacks happened.
Joe Mark, you can be right at the front with the tanks.
So out with it. What couldn't you tell me yesterday? There's no hope for any of them.
I don't know. It's not radiation poisoning. The water's clean, the air is clean. It's not the food. Yet the symptoms. Can't shake the feeling that someone is up to something.
Damn it, George. We don't have time for your fantasies. You need to figure this out with facts.
We don't know where this thing comes from, or how it will spread. We have no cause, we have no cure. We just don't have the resources to deal with it.
There is no help. There is no cavalry. There's just us. So get yourself together and fix this, do you understand?
What's that?
Cooling system.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bishop. I'm just on edge. This place, it's full of ghosts.
Yeah, so in the real Calvert and Hatch, these megaton boards, or like, you know, the nuke boards, were basically where all the ROC posts would be on the map like that. And what they do, because I think that's actually a different map when you zoom in, isn't it? Yeah, it's a different map. All those black dots on that map there would probably be ROC posts. And the idea is each of those would report like the direction of radiation travelling, bombs in their vicinity. And it would be used in one of these main bunkers to plot where everything's going on. Oh, look at before the jump scare there. As I say, it's a Mark II / MD3 dosimeter bag, look. It's a Mark II. Meter Radiac number 2. I've got a couple of those. There's a filter on that S10, mate. Take the S10 with a filter on it. Okay, it's an interesting thing. That's not actually a Geiger counter in the picture. It's actually a Radiac, which is an ionisation chamber, but still. It's like a Soviet DP2. Or a US CDV 715.
This door only opens in
It's not up for sale yet, Philip. It's some point in the middle of this month. So I'm keeping an eye on it. And if the starting bid is low enough that I can put some bids on it, I probably will. But at the moment, I don't think they've announced what day this month the actual auction starts or what the starting bid is. So I've got like the page of it bookmarked, but in all honesty, I imagine it's going to go over what I'd want to pay for it. But I'm keeping an eye on it. But you know, if it goes up to £11,000-12,000, I could definitely put bids on for that. But I can't really justify more than that at the moment. No filter. Where's your filter, mate? This really annoys me. Where's your filter? You've not got a filter on your mask. It won't do shit. Right, real Calvert and Hatch doesn't have 4 levels. It has 3 levels. The top level where most of the like bedrooms are The second level with all the like server rooms and the VIP rooms, and then the third level with all the wall rooms and the air filtration rooms. So these rooms will be on the same room, same floor just now as like that wall room we were on. You can breathe in it, Dan, but it won't give you any protection from particles.
I need to turn off that steam.
Let off some steam, Bennett. Doesn't sound very good, Vladimir. Except if you have a GSR or an M50, then you'd suffocate because you can't breathe with those out of filter. Because it locks the mask off when the filter's removed.
Air filtration unit check, date 18th of October 95, 1611, checked by PJT. Main filtration unit running okay, cleaned out and replaced filters. Checked back up just to be sure. The readings are a bit high, but Frank says no need to replace at the moment. Probably just as well. I'm concerned about our stock level of filters for the main unit. We're chewing through them a lot faster than spec says, due to higher outdoor rad than expected. Frank says he'll have a word with Bishop about stocks, sorting out the backup longer term. PJ.
The Mark III's got on would probably give you quite a dozen hours of protection, especially against just particles. It's mostly just to get, if it's like wet chemical threats that would slowly break through the suit. So click on something else. Again, the meter he's got there won't click because it's not actually a Geiger counter, it's an ionization chamber. Yeah, it's fucking fuck mate, big time.
I think I could use these to fix the unit. I need to get rid of this damaged filter first.
Just chuck it
The
away
spare
then.
filters.
Oh, I see. The thing with the nuclear symbol is bin, is it? I don't know.
I think I could use these to fix the unit.
Alright, Vlad, I'll be off in a minute anyway. I'm just gonna fix these filters and it'll be a good bit to quit about halfway through the game. And I guess we turn the thing back on, don't we? The pump. Right, that's a good cliffhanger to end on, I reckon. When this little cutscene ends. I doubt he gets lots of calcium in his bones, considering he's in a bunker his entire life. Right, I'll quit the game here because this is a good place to quit. So I've played it today, what, for 82 minutes. So I reckon there's at least another hour left of this. If I remember right. So, if I don't get a chance to do it tomorrow, I'll do it Saturday, probably at a similar time from today. But, you know, it's, because I don't really want to play it all today, for this length of time. Oh yeah, I've heard about that, Vladimir. So yeah, in the US, cider is just apple juice, isn't it? Or in the UK, we call apple juice, and cider is the alcoholic apple juice. Yeah, cheers Vladimir. Like I said, hope you and your family stay safe, because everything going on at the moment is horrible. But I'll be on tomorrow, probably at a similar time, hopefully. And if I get a chance to finish the game, then I'll finish it then. If not, I'll do it another day. But I also want to get a video done on the C2A1 gas mask filter, but I'll probably do that Saturday or Sunday, because I've got this weekend off work as holiday, so I'll hopefully get a chance to do some videos then. But yeah, have a good day everybody, and see you all hopefully tomorrow or whenever I see you.